Welcome to Modern Day Psychology, where we talk about positivity, spirituality, and the modern day life. And I'm MDP, and I told y'all I was going to come back and talk about the yang, the men, the masculine, divine masculine, or if that's what you are, or whatever you consider yourself. I'm not going to try to make this video long as the yin in the household. For you to for you to claim that you are a man, or for you to act as if, because see, we got this thing in the world where it's like, you're a man if you hung low, or you're a man if you got a sack, you're a man if you got a bag, you're a man if you got power. And I want to break that down to the lowest level it can go, and what I know of how I learned through my life of what a man really is. And that I won't say that I don't see it, as just that, I don't worry about other men to that certain extent, but it's like this. So, like, me growing up, it was only men really around me, and that's all I had around me. That's the only people that I could really communicate with, because I had certain female cousins and stuff like that, but they were also in the streets too, and the connection that we had was just on that masculine level too, because it was just like that. But majority of my family was morally of the men, so I understand how men are. I understand the ways and the men that I grew up around, they weren't like corny men. They were funny men. They were good looking men. They were handsome men. They were good looking melanated skinned men. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it kind of sound, so it goes like this. It's just that they weren't your Carltons, and I wouldn't be trying to degrade that in a way of, it's like, sucker for love type men. They weren't those type of men, and me seeing myself in that realm of how I could stronger my masculinity, or if I can purify my masculinity to a certain level. As men, we have to understand that we not only is the head of the household, we have to understand that we control everything that is around us and that goes on around us. Everything falls back on the man. Regardless of how, your girl might be Athena, no matter how much your girl might be, whatever, some powerful, strong, dominant black woman, some Afina Shakur, some what you call it, whatever you pit it to, compare it to. It doesn't matter how strong your woman is, she would still need that masculine to define her presence, because she may think in her mind that it's not like that. But see, women, it's not like to the point of where we all have masculine and feminine in us, but they're not to the point of where they're able to see the world the way that a man sees it. And for it to be like that, me coming up in my life, I seen that a lot of women has been led astray. A lot of women has been manipulated into believing that life was all about being a hot girl and being out there in the streets, and thinking that was the move. And even if they wasn't out there in the streets, they was still on that summer girl fine type of energy. And you live your life how you want. Understand this. But this all has to do with the base of spirituality. When you're continuing to grow, whether you're in a relationship with a feminine or the yin, and you're continue to grow, and y'all continue to live y'all age, and y'all continue to be a part of each other and learn more about each other, you have to understand, as the masculine, Everything goes on around you. And I won't get up here and try to sucker for love, pimp talk the men or downplay the men, but that's not what it's about. It's not about trying to downplay the men. It's just the fact that I had to step away from connections or being connected to men on that physical level because I know men for who they are. It's bad enough that we grew up in a society where we've been manipulated to think that devaluing ourselves and following this material lifestyle and thinking that it's cool to kill one another and destroy one another and hate on each other or whatever. And how will we come together? I don't know. Me personally, if you ask me on that level with men coming together and we uniting as black brothers again and melanated brothers or whatever color race you is, I don't see it. But it can't start with you though. That's the whole thing. That's where it's like where I'm going with this. It can start with you though. It can start with you. Make sure you are not a hater. Make sure that you are not misleading your family into brokenness, into insecurity. Make sure that you don't allow your kids, whether it's a young female or a young male, to grow up and be jealous like you have been. Make sure that they don't grow up and be in that mindset, that mental state of where they just automatically think that they have to compete with somebody at their school. They automatically feel like they have to compete with somebody in their own neighborhood. They automatically feel like they have to put on for their family in a materialistic way. They automatically feel like they have to idolize another man. They automatically feel like they have to be with some sort of entity just to feel empowered. And that's the thing about it. See, we talk about all this stuff that's going on in the world and stuff like this, and people dying and people getting killed and people hating on each other and people throwing shade and stuff like that. Me, I could talk to you all day about hate and jealousy. I could talk to you all day about hate and envy. But me, I'm not exempt from the situation, but I don't play with near nigga. See, my thing, I'm gonna say for me, cause I don't want to put everything out there on the table like it's just like I'm so innocent. So me growing up, like I seen other niggas' lifestyles, and I was like, cool, like yeah, I want to be like you, and I see how you rock, and I like your hustle. But that was it. That was it. That's the only thing that I ever took from a nigga. I never took nothing else from a nigga. I never wanted to be like a nigga. I never wanted a nigga bitch. I never wanted to walk in another man's shoes. All I did was took niggas hustle. All I did was show and see how niggas grind and how they get it and how they become more masculine. How they masculine glow is, and that's the thing about it. And that's the problem with society today. We do see other men and want to be like them, but it's the point of where if that man is truly a divine masculine, if he's really a divine masculine, if he's someone that you can actually learn from. We always talking about what's going on in this world and whatever. Like the pettiness of the today society and men in society today. That's up for discussion for somebody else, but I can show you what that's like. It's all the man fault. See, women are incarcerated because of men. Women are insecure because of men. Women are chasing men because of men. Women are masculizing themselves because of men. And one thing about a woman, she's always going to hide how she feels no matter what until she meets a real divine masculine from the ancient. She's always going to hide how she feel, and see that's what I was saying on the yin in the household, because it's like me being an empath, I know it's true. I can see the faking, and I won't say it's fake, but I can see the fraud or the non-proper spiritual energy in society today. I can see that. Every person that I was engaging with this year, or that I have engaged with in the past 2 to 3 years, I never took the role of trying to be right or wrong. I never took the role of trying to be correct and not listen. Because it's the thing about, one thing about when you being a divine masculine, you have to know what you want, and you have to know where you're going. See, it's different when somebody is hating on you or trying to stop you in your tracks because they don't want to see you prosper and be abundant and involved spiritually and physically. You have to beyond that, beyond the matrix eyes. You have to, as a divine masculine, you have to know what you want. You have to know where you're going. You have to know what you want for your family. Because everything that you could think of that you will want for your family has to come from source. It has to come from the soul. It has to come from you reaching your higher self. It cannot come from your physical materialistic mindset. It can't come from that. Because anything that you create out of a physical material mindset is going to deteriorate. And on top of that, you already got spiritual warfare. On top of that, you already got blacks killing blacks. You already got people going against each other. You already got this falsehood of religion and spirituality. And like I said, I'm gonna leave it right here. But see, I was reading in spiritualism, and spiritualism, what I got from it was more of a like how you only tap into your spirituality when you need it, really, and then you go back to your materialistic world, and that's just how it is. And I could break it down more than that, but it's just like I want to say with me, with spirituality, how I see it, where it's just like connecting to religion and all that. I don't use spirituality to cover up anything. But see, my thing is, even when I'm being real, or even when people want to get to know me, people don't want to get to know you. They just want to narcissistically be a part of your energy because they don't have no one in their life to fulfill their needs. They don't have no one in their circle, and whoever is in their circle that makes them happy. See, the thing is like this. See, you can fake like you're happy, and you can fake like you getting the dick that you want, the pussy that you want. You can fake like you getting money that you want. You can fake like you happy. You can fake like you got all this money. You can fake like all this stuff is having you in an enjoyment feeling. You can fake like that. But if that was the case, that you were in that zone, in that mode, that you good and nigga, I'm just messing with you because nigga you're lame and you understand what I'm saying? Then you don't know God, and you're not a part of God. You're not a part of source. You're faking it. It's all love here. And I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video.